had a pretty interesting experience this morning when I attended a informal conference with TCOLE. So I'm going to give you a brief background for context. So TCOLE is the Texas Commission on Law Enforcement. They are the licensing agency that regulates the licensure of police officers in Texas. So what people don't know is that when a police officer is convicted or placed on community supervision for a crime of a misdemeanor class C or above, then TCOLE could petition to have their license suspended anywhere between 60 days to 10 years. So it's quite a bit. So a lot of people are under the misconception cops get away with committing crime. Not in Texas. You could be suspended for a long time. And so I represented a police officer that was undergoing the most severe suspension you could ask for. And I helped him with the appeal. And before the actual hearing, before a judge, the nice people at TCOLE extended this nice letter inviting me for an informal conference. So what this conference is about is that it allows you to provide mitigating information for the commission to consider before the actual trial or hearing before the judge. But I found interesting today was the type of questions the commissioners asked. So first of all, the meeting itself is kind of intimidating. You got the lawyer in the middle, flanked by the U.S. and Texas flag, and on both sides of the table are members of the TCOLE Commission, and they all get to listen to you and ask questions of you and your client. And the two questions I found interesting was, one, whether or not this officer had continued to invest in training and education for police officers, even though his or her license had been suspended. So I think the idea is that, are you committed to the trade and improving your craft? Number two, were they had very specific questions about the incident itself, and they were really interested in whether or not the police officer was contrite and was taking responsibility for what happened as far as the crime that he or she was charged with. And the last thing was that they were just very open to information that we could provide regarding whether or not this police officer is a good cop and it will continue to contribute to the state as a police officer. So those were the questions amongst many that I found interesting, but it was just overall the attitude that they were just interested in whether or not this is a good cop that should have his license suspended or reinstated. Okay, back to work.